What's up guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. If you guys are new here, my name is Tony and I'm going to be diving into the new policy released by the government today regarding the borders here in Vietnam opening. Is the country finally open? So it kind of is and it's kind of not. So the government on Tuesday agreed to resume unilateral visa exemptions for 13 different countries after 2 years of the borders being closed. So these countries include Belarus, Denmark, France, Finland, Germany, Italy, Japan, Norway, Russia, South Korea, Spain, Sweden, and the UK will all be allowed to visit Vietnam for up to 15 days without a visa, regardless of the passport type and the entry purposes. But what about the rest of the world? The other countries, Canada, America, all these other countries that were not listed. So the Vietnamese government has not finished all routes to travel to Vietnam yet. They have not released any information on tourist visas. They have not released any information on quarantine policies. Will there be a quarantine? Will there not be a quarantine? So let's quickly dive into what the quarantine policy will look like, and hopefully the government releases more information on this in the next couple days. So Vietnam is trying to mimic Thailand and other Southeast Asian countries that are currently open. And I'm just reading off the US government website right now, and they said, on February 16th, the Vietnamese government announced their goal to fully resume visa issuance and visa waiver programs by March 15th. With a new tourism resumption plan, incoming tourists may only be required to have proof of vaccination or recovery from COVID-19 and a negative test result certificate issued within 24 hours, so rapid test, or 72 hours RT-PCR of departure. Most travelers will only be required to take a COVID-19 test prior to boarding and pay an issuance fee of approximately $30 US. So hopefully Vietnam releases more information regarding this, but moving forward, I think the Vietnamese government is trying to get rid of any COVID policies that will deter tourists from visiting Vietnam. They're trying to copy what Thailand is doing, what Cambodia is doing, and so on. So with that being said, I think the Vietnamese government will mimic what exactly Thailand is doing, and it is test and go hotels. So fully vaccinated travelers from low risk areas or low risk countries are required to stay in a test and go hotel for at least one night until they can produce a rapid test that shows that they are negative from COVID-19. So this is great if the government is trying to plan this. And I think the government is heading into this direction is because they are trying to boost the tourism sector in Vietnam, and they're trying to compete with these countries that have pretty easy requirements on getting into the country. So I don't really see and I don't really expect the Vietnamese government to have a long mandatory quarantine, as it makes zero sense, because right now, even with people who are F-Zeros in Vietnam, they are now allowed to leave the house, pick up groceries, and do what they need to do, maintaining the 5K rule. So it doesn't make any sense to keep travelers quarantined for a few days and deter them from even wanting to come to Vietnam. And the government has been really stingent on saying, we are going to open the country with minimal restrictions. So hopefully the government sticks to that route and releases more information on what the quarantine policies will look like. And hopefully they are very, very, very minimal. So in terms of visas, so I'll put a link in the description below, but I have read some people have had issues with applying for an e-visa on the government website. They'll get to a page after submitting their pictures and whatever they need, and then they'll receive an error message. But I'll post that link inside the description below. You guys can keep checking it, because knowing the Vietnamese government, everything's a little bit slow here. So they may have released this information, but their website might not be running as properly. They still don't have the quarantine policies. They still don't have any information on tourist visas or any visas that allow tourists to stay for 30 days and longer, and the possibility of visa extensions as well. But everything is coming in quite fresh off the press, and there was a document released with a red stamp, so it is official that the country is open to those 13 countries that are intending to stay upwards of 15 days or less. So another thing that the government will probably require you to have is some sort of travel insurance that covers you for COVID up to a certain amount. And if you guys are looking for a insurance policy that covers you for COVID, I recommend you guys checking out A+ International Healthcare. They are the provider that I currently use right now. I pay about $50 a month. It covers me only up to 200,000 US dollars for any incidents and also COVID, and also covers me in different countries in Southeast Asia. These countries include Bangladesh, Brunei, Burma, Myanmar, Cambodia, India, Indonesia, Laos, Malaysia, Philippines, Sri Lanka, Taiwan, Thailand, and Vietnam. So I recommend you guys check them out. I pay $150 every 3 months, so $50 a month. But this will be a requirement by the Vietnamese government for sure, because I know that the Vietnamese government is tired of footing the bill for COVID patients, locals, and incoming tourists into the country. So make sure you guys have that prepared as well. But as soon as the government releases more information regarding tourist visas, quarantine policies, e-visas, visa extensions, I will be here to update you guys as soon as possible. So be sure to smash that subscribe button, throw a comment in there for me, turn on your notification bell if you don't want to miss any more updates on the official opening of Vietnam's borders with no restrictions, or at least with minimal restrictions, because we all know there'll be some sort of restrictions, but let's see how minimal the government is able to keep it to allow tourists to want to come to Vietnam and to even compete with these other Southeast Asian countries with a large tourism hub anyways. So until next time, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next YouTube video. Bye-bye.